Hey everyone, I decided to do my Webquest on utopian societies, so I wanted students that would be like in 7th or 8th grade be able to create their own utopia. But I just didn't want them to research what a utopia was. I wanted them to know what our governments were like currently, so I have them research democracies, republics, communism, and I just want them to get a feel for what governments are before they create their own utopia. So this is my introduction page. There is a video on here that is just to kind of draw them in and get them excited about the project. I want them to start thinking about what if their world was something that they were able to create and something they were able to choose, and sometimes kids can feel that all the choices are made for them. So this is kind of what I was going for the utopian society. Their task is basically to get into groups of 3, pick a role. There's 3 roles. There is the leader role, the accountant role, and the planner role. And let's go back to the task page. And here I want them to get into their groups, and they would go to the types of government page and look up the 5 different governments and choose 3 from them and start looking at all the different links. So once they had chosen their individual roles, they would pick their 3 governments they want to research, and that's basically where they would start off. And they would start researching, and for me to gauge what they are thinking and what they are doing, I was asking them to create a WordPress blog, and in the blog they would write their 5 strengths about that democracy according to their role, and the 5 weaknesses of that government in their role. And then they would be commenting on each other's blogs so that they all know what each is doing and each is talking about. So once they've written their posts, they have to go back and see what their group mates are discussing and talking about the same governments they had talked about. After they're done with that, I want them to start thinking about what they want in their utopian society. So they would get together a few times, hopefully in between, and start discussing what the faults and the merits of the governments they had just studied and researched were, and how to kind of implement them into their utopia. And I have set up a page where I have highlighted the key questions I want them to discuss over a Google document. So again, I would be able to see how they were doing and what they were doing as they were doing it. And they would be trying to answer these questions and much more. I want them to think out of the box, and these are just guidelines of what they should have on their utopia outline on a Google Doc. After that, I want them to start thinking of a way to present the topic. I have said on the task that I want them to create a PowerPoint, and I want them to use images that they could have drawn out, or maybe they wanted to build a form, like a structure out of materials, or if they wanted to make a video of them talking about their utopia. It's really up to them on how creative they want to be, and this is in their hands now. But they would be doing a presentation in class at the end. And when all their classmates are presenting, I have created handouts for them to fill in so that they are paying attention, and they're also writing their favorite parts of their classmates' utopias and the worst parts. And at the end, I'm going to be asking them to choose their favorite, and they won't be able to choose their own. So that is important for them to understand. The students will be doing multiple things. They will be able to create Google Docs, a WordPress, a PowerPoint. They have to work together to really make this work. And I think that's the most exciting thing for them, that they would be able to create a government or a society or a community that would be their own, and without me telling them what I wanted in it, or someone older telling them this is how it should be. It's their opportunity to kind of voice out their opinions and kind of tell us how they would like to see our world. Yeah, and there's a teacher page with my email and my information, what standards this covers, and it's great just to go through. Alright, thanks guys.